Hello everyone, welcome to another casted game of Age of Empires 4. On the left, we've got Lucifron playing in the yellow as Abbasid, and on the right, we have Whitewater. That capitalization really fucked me up. It's a Whitewater Z. Both of these, Kong 3, very good players. And two of the best civs on this map, Four Lakes. Both civs very good on hybrid. China is able to just get more fishing boats out. It's able to buff its economy up or its wood economy once it gets the imperial official, and uh, I don't know, did I just say this? Well, these make faster. You make the dock faster, um, which is all like way really good head starts to get on your eco. And another thing to keep in mind is they make their age up way faster. That's the big weakness of Abbasid. Like, Abbasid's very good on water maps because you start with that 200 wood. And 50 it's not really you start with 50 extra wood because you need 50 for the House of Wisdom, but you can delay that House of Wisdom and just use it to get like the docks out faster. And then you eventually, you get your golden age, you're getting stuff faster. But it's really, you can make a dock and immediately get fishing boats. Although we actually, fishing boats are almost dead even right now. So I think he might have delayed himself a little bit by making this dock or this lumber camp. I'm not sure. But yeah, the big weakness of Abbasid is just your slow age up times means that against aggressive civs, mainly English, you can't really go for as much greed as the China can because they can just rush up their age up in a second. Meanwhile, you have to wait the full minute and 45 seconds, which can be extremely painful. Um, yeah, but the other great thing is because your docks are cheaper, you can just dock all of your pawns way easier. And one thing to take a note is on this map, I always put my dock like right here. Sometimes like right here because it just gives me vision to see if they're like putting a dock. One thing people do is they put these little wood walls to block docks from the opponents, which can also be good. But when you make your dock like right here, you can only see to right here. It's very easy to proxy a dock on the opponent's side. And even easier here. Okay, we do see a second dock. I do like this because it does mean that if your opponent tries to proxy dock you, not only do you see it, and not only is this really good for Abbasid because the dock is cheaper, and then it's also cheaper than making all these little proxy walls. And then if they do manage to get a proxy dock down, well, you're making out of two docks to their one dock, and so they won't really be able to accomplish much. Not to mention that you can just put a couple of those on stone, and then you get arrow slits, and suddenly they're dying as soon as they pop out. Okay, this is interesting. We're seeing a two dock um, production of fishing ships before feudal out of the Abbasid, which I haven't really done, but I think against China it might be really good, especially if you're going for like a really fast castle timing, which is what Abbasid excels at. Abbasid always goes culture wing on these water maps, just because like you can pretty much get your castle as soon as you age up with culture wing, which is very nice. And yeah, so I usually kind of look for a faster feudal age because like you can be teching up right now. You could be teching up like 15 seconds ago if you like try to get if you only get like a few fishing boats out. Yeah, we can see very much saturation though. But the China player, he's also just spamming out fishing boats. And one thing to keep in mind is that you're actually being way more efficient with these fishing boats because the dock is so much closer. Like this dock is right next to this deep water fish, and in the middle, this one's in the middle of these two, meaning they are being more productive than a fishing boat who is over here for the Chinese and has to go all the way out to this deep sea fish, which I never really even considered. And now we actually see the little wood walls as well as the dock. Um, these might be too far. I don't think no, they're not too far away. You might be able to squeeze one in up here. I'm not sure. Okay, and now we see Lucifron just going for the docks. on the side ones. And it is going to be actually a military wing, which also isn't bad because you will force your opponent to make units. And one thing about military wing, you're paying like it's getting you basically 240 resource, but it's not just the 240 resource because you're saving about almost 400 resource from the eco wing or culture wing if you want a fast castle. But actually, it's not 4. It's more like 300. So they're about roughly equal actually. But it's also with military wing, you do force your opponent to make units, and I don't think this dock is gonna go up. It did get spotted out. Yeah, he will just have to cancel it and leave, but he should be able to get docks on these two if he wants. Is he gonna start walling this? No, he's not. He's gonna try to sneak another over here, and this is actually one of the few moments where the Chinese build speed is really, really good because you can you can power build these docks down super fast. For a minute there, I thought the Chinese player hadn't even started his age up, and I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Playing ultra greedy, but no. Okay, so these two spears, 2 archers. This is definitely a fast castle behind this, I think. He is gonna try to look for the dock, but he doesn't even need to get this down. He actually already got value by he forced his opponent actually made 2 junks. Yeah, Luciferon scouts this. He should just pull these vills back now. He's tried it. Oh my god, it's gonna be a ram play. Ooh, this is smart. So Abbasid, it starts with I forget what it's called. It's like siege engineering. Yeah, siege engineering. And so I can immediately just kill this dog. I don't know if it's gonna be worth it for him. Not when the opponent already has these military ships out. Like if Luciferon had managed to get his own dock up, I think this would be an amazing play because you just take out all the fishing of your opponent. But if they, even if you kill this dock here, they can repel your units because you're not making more units, and then they just get another dock down. And so I don't think it's going to do that much. How many fishing boats? We're seeing a bit of fishing boats. He hasn't taken his second pond over here. Castle about to come through. Just needs a bit more gold. Do we see a forced drop off? Probably. Yep, there's a forced drop off, I think. Oh, and he needs just a little bit more. Force drops off again. Culture wing. Actually no, I get why you use culture wing. Mainly because eco wing does nothing. And the trade wing is horrible on this map, and culture wing will just let you get all your upgrades, which he hasn't gotten any of his upgrades, so he can just get this tech here, preservation of knowledge, and then it comes through. One thing about culture wing is all the other wings, they have like these really good upgrades that are useful the whole game. Like you have reduce your cost of economic buildings, then you're gathering faster on farms, you're dropping off more resource from everything. Yeah, see, this gets cleaned up, it doesn't do anything. Alright, he makes a tower here. I don't really get the purpose of this tower. Oh, he's gonna try to get the dog down again. This isn't gonna go up though. Yeah. Does Luciferon tries to out-micro it, but yeah, he's not gonna out-micro 2 junks. But Culture Wing, this upgrade, Preservation of Knowledge, obviously very good, but once you get all your techs, it doesn't do anything. And these 2 techs are just so bad. Like medical centers, it can be kind of good in some scenarios. Units heal 2 health every 1 second, but in the late game, it doesn't matter that much because you kind of just want to throw away your units. And this one is just bad because it's not usable at all. I've tried actually making this one work. It lets your imams like single target convert units, except it's just like the range is so short and it takes so long, and if you have a group of them and you like try to convert something, I wish it would just like use one of the actually Walter W did not see this coming at all, did not scout his opponent, because if he did, there's no way he would invest this much into Chuganus. They are going to get cleaned up very hard. But, yeah, I wish you could, like, if you had a group of them and you use the ability, it will just use it on one, but instead it will use all of the Imam's abilities on just one unit. And then the issue really is, like, when you convert a single unit in, like, an Imperial fight, the unit immediately dies, and so it's not really actually going to do anything. Like, your APM would be better spent, like, microing your siege, or, like, just targeting down units with your range units or whatever. Yeah, so one of the most useless techs in the game over there. But obviously the Culture Wing, its real strength is just this technology there. It's just super good. I feel like maybe maybe this tech needs a nerf, like, and you buff the other two, but the thing is that Culture Wing is already not, it's only really used on water maps. I've seen people use it a couple times on like regular maps, but usually it's culture or military, sometimes trade. And I haven't really been talking, but yeah, the Ghulams are gonna get cleaned up here, and we're about to see a castle through, but we do see a lot of Ghulams coming out here. Do we have a mosque? If we do, this is why I'm playing this great. And these Ghulams, they shred. They are really good against, like, units with no armor. They're not that strong in castle, like against other man-at-arms and stuff. But once you get elite army tactics through an Imperial, they suddenly start shredding everything, because these things, that, like, this amount of health is insane. I think a knight only has 230, and so they almost have the same amount. And then you can get them, like, the whole thing about Ghulams is they have less attack, but they attack faster. And so once you get the extra attack through from elite army tactics, it suddenly changes them, and they basically counter every single unit in the game. And they have so much health that you can just you can kill anything with them. And then, like, camel support, you're getting 2 extra armor, and so they're basically foot knights with 2 extra armor, and they're just attacking so fast. And these things also, they have a charge attack, I believe, which gives them more damage. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but yeah, now it looks like it's over, because these Ghulams are just gonna pretty much kill everything. Are they still streaming across the map? Wait. Okay, yeah, we are. Production seems to have paused a bit, because otherwise there should be a solid train. And they are going to be able to, yeah, just get a ton of damage done. Lucifron going to take over these 2 docks as well. It is spotted by Walter. By Whitewater, I should say. And yeah, but it's really just like the eco damage. Like, you can't stop gathering, because then you can't get your crossbows out to kill these. But you're also, if you keep gathering, they just die. And so it's a very bad spot to be in. Okay, here's the Ville that was doing this stuff. More Baghdad's, and the China won't have the eco to actually produce the units to defend this. Oh, and the ram comes down. I saw that ram being built. I was like, where did it go? It's gonna go kill that dock. And suddenly, you can't do anything. I should use docks more on hybrid maps. Or rams more on hybrid maps. They're very, very good at killing docks. Yeah. And this aggression coming out, very, very strong. This gold in the back is getting taken. This hasn't even been mined up, but, like, the units were just forced off. The Ghulams, they know what they need to do. Just deny the gold. The crossbows can't come out. And another reason, Ghulams are really good against crossbows. Like, if the crossbows don't have anything to defend them. Like, normally man-at-arms versus crossbows, like, if it's just pure man-at-arms versus crossbow, they trade pretty decently because they can get on top of them. But these Ghulams, they have a bit more movement speed. As you can see, 1.19 tiles of movement speed. I think it's 1.12 normal man-at-arms have. And so they're a little bit faster, like 5% faster. And that might not seem like a lot, but it lets them chase down the crossbows so fast. And they're doing They're doing more damage, and they're just so tanky. Like, look at the... Where's the crossbows? Like, 80 health versus 225 health. That's basically 3 times the health on the Ghoulam. So even though these crossbows, they're getting their bonus damage in on the Ghoulams, it's still not really enough. That Ghoulam's dead. Oh my god, he just survived a volley from 8 crossbows. And he still has more health than a crossbow. Oh, these units are ridiculous. I love them so much. And yeah, behind that, Lucifron just picked up all the relics. He's actually going to get the Sacred Sites now as well, which does puts the China player on a clock. He can't just sit back here forever in his base. He's going to need to try to come decap them. Yeah, it's being capped up right now. And is this 5 relics? Yeah, there's 5 relics. Alright. Sorry, I need to take a little sip. Let's look at eco count. China is actually ahead on eco count. Did he make another TC? He did make another TC, okay. Yeah, they're really, the thing keeping alive is he didn't lose his water. The issue is Lucifron got the other waters. He got all the other waters, and that's not great. That is not what you want to see. And we probably are going to start seeing some siege coming out. We see one Springled. I don't know where it is. Where's the Springled? Okay, it's just sitting here right here. And we're making a ram. He might want to use it to kill these dogs, I guess. But Lucifron has more dogs. And I don't think the ram's going to, like, do anything. Is the issue. More nested bees are always the answer. No matter what you're going against as China, just make more nested bees. Enough nested bees counter everything. I was actually playing this custom game recently, where it was called like the tunnel, and you got like 300 pop and like millions of relics, and then you fought your opponents down this long tunnel, and it's like 4 different teams of 2 players, and then we killed the player across from us. And then, like, once you kill the person across from you, you have to go down a long tunnel to fight the opponent. And so the other team killed, like, their opposing team as we killed our opposing team. And so we went to go fight them, and I thought I was, like, in a really strong position and stuff. But the China player just had... He had like almost all of his pop cap just in nested bees, and you can't counter them. Once you get enough nested bees, they just start killing all of your siege as well. Because you can try to like click them all down with Springleds, but he can just aim you, and he'll kill all your Springleds with clock tower nested bees, because like you don't need to target the nested bees, they just kill everything. And I think... Yeah, so another thing is, so Springleds only have 100 damage versus Siege, but they're doing range damage, and like Siege has 20 pierce armor, and it goes up to 30, and so these Springleds they only do 70 damage to opposing Siege in Imperial, and the thing is, that's the bees, they do 80 damage, but they go up to 90 once you get the like other barrel through. And so the nested bees are actually doing more damage to the Springleds than the Springleds are doing to the nested bees. Which normally it doesn't matter too much, because these 3 Springleds will one-shot that nested bee, and they'll one-shot it before it gets in range of them. But yeah, that was my experience. But the Springled goes down, the nested bees go down, and now it's just a bunch of Ghoulams, and these Ghoulams will just kill everything. There's not even crossbows back here, it's just the archers with the improved attack speed that are just gonna go kill all the archers, and the Ghoulams will clean up the Palace Guard, because the Palace Guard have that 1 less armor, and it actually means a big deal to the Ghoulams, like, because they don't have that much damage, but they have a lot of attack speed, so the 1 extra armor, it's actually very, very apparent. Right, defensive keep coming up might stabilize him, but there's only so much longer it can keep you on the game. There's only 1 more gold left for the China player, and it's actually getting camped by these ship, so he has no more gold left. And so what do you make to actually kill these Gulams anymore? And I think we're gonna see a tap outs very, very soon once he realizes that he can't get any more gold. Well, I think he realizes that already. I guess he thinks he can do something in this scenario, but I don't see what it's gonna be. Yeah, this gold mine getting killed as well. The Springle's just firing at whatever. Actually some vills back here that can die as well. I think Lucifron, in his mind, he's just like, why haven't you surrendered yet? The game is over. Only 11 military pop, and you know that 11 military pop won't be able to continuously be made because there's no more gold left. This tower going down with a bunch of vills. All those vills are gonna die as well. Sacred Site victory in 5 minutes. We see fertilization coming through from Abbasid. Has he actually... yeah, he is. 3 pawns were not enough for his food ambitions. He needed more, and he takes it. We see Siege coming out. Some Springles, but I don't really see the point because the opponent only has Springles himself. And it looks like Lucifron's just gonna start taking out landmarks now. He's like, if you won't leave this game, I'll make you. I can't wait for the sacred sites to take you out, I guess. Yeah, we're trying to get some farms back here, but these farms are in range of the enemy ships as well. Oh my god. It's not looking too hot. Not looking too hot at all. Now the keeps are coming up on the sacred sites. So there's not going to be any shenanigans to decap them. And I just wonder why Walter Whitewater has not left the game yet. I don't see how he could win this. I'm like tempted to just end the video here because, you know, nothing's happening. We just like Whitewater isn't surrendering. Which I don't know. It kind of seems a bit bad-mannered, but you know, if you want to stay in the game, I guess sure. The dock going down, that's going to mean all these fishing boats basically aren't giving anything else. Lucifron going Imperial here because why not? Whatever. Your opponent's not doing anything, might as well. Maybe that'll make him surrender. It doesn't. Where's the... Okay. Okay, now we finally see their surrender. The delayed surrender on seeing Imperial and knowing you don't have any resources anymore. Thank you all for watching though, and I'll see you next time.